Recording started. Okay. And then we do this.
When life is but a torture, welcome to Smiley's Corner. Yeah!
Welcome to Smiley's Corner. My name's Smiley. We're gathered here today with my good friend Cole.
Hey, friends.
My other good friend John.
Hello.
How's it going, everybody? Wonderful Tuesday.
Pretty good.
Pretty tired, man.
Yeah.
I'm on back-to-back nights of not sleeping in my own bed.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's
Yeah,
not cool.
today was a work day, too, and no.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
I made that drive from Denton to Flower Mound at 6 o'clock
Damn.
from over there at Phil's, and yeah.
And then
So tonight, tonight we're recording, so I had to wave goodbye to my bed one more time, and see you later. I won't be. It won't be long before we're together again.
That's nice, though. Whenever you slide back in, you're like, oh, yeah. It's like a glove.
Mm-hmm. And they're still clean. Sheets are still clean too. So
Yeah.
that is awesome. And I'm also kind of nervous because when I park today, I think I'm not in the middle of the lines, so I think I may get door dinged on the passenger side. So
Oh.
You'll be good. People see Camry.
just steer
Camry?
clear.
Yeah, they're like, I ain't fucking with that dude.
What if he's driving like a '77 Monte Carlo with like those 10-foot long doors? And
Yeah,
just,
you're asking for it.
Yeah. It's so long it like it knocks out my rear light.
At that point, I think that guy would just keep doing circles till you leave.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck that dude. I ain't fucking with no Camry guy.
They're tough.
Those guys
They're
are
known to be
deep.
tough.
Yeah. I had to think about it. I'm like, wait, which one he has a Camry? Corolla.
Yeah.
Corolla.
Yeah, unlike those Ford 250 boys, us Toyota guys are the toughest. Don't you know?
I'm a 250.
Don't you know?
So
Jack?
are you a Corolla man for life now?
I don't know. I was trying to get a Nissan, but the reviews on the Nissan that I wanted were kind of lousy, so I just opted for the Toyota. It was the right date, the right miles. I don't know. Everything, right price. Well, I thought it was the right price. They got kind of fucked on the price, but
No, really?
the right sticker price.
Don't get them started on that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a horrible experience. I don't wish it upon my worst enemy.
Damn.
Is this something you didn't realize till like long
Well, it's
after
just
the fact,
I
or-
really think after consulting with my friend Brett, who also recently purchased a new vehicle.
Well,
Oh.
driving.
He has a Nissan Juke, those crossover SUVs.
Yeah, those look
But
fun.
he also told me that he had a terrible experience. So I think it's just car
Maybe
buying
that's
like.
the-
Well, actually, yours was pretty good, but you seem like you kind of, I don't know, like I don't think Brett's a pushover, but I'm definitely like a pushover on certain stuff. But
Mine was only just because it was hot and I didn't have any credit.
oh
I was no credit guy.
yeah,
But yeah, that's my only gripe. And staying there for like 4 hours when, man, I know the yes and no's.
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't take long, man.
Mhm.
Here's money. What do I need to pay to keep this car? Let's just go.
but I do know the whole credit thing does it extends the process because my credit is not bad per se. It just kind of like drifted. Like if you let it idle for long enough, it goes back into like shitty territory. That's what I did. I've already paid in full for like 3 vehicles, but apparently that's not good enough for
It's been
lenders.
It's been too long since you've done that.
Right.
Yeah, it's been too long since you've made payments. And
So I was in the process of getting together like 5 references for them because that's adds on to to make sure that you're valid in all your credit search or whatever because they're already going to give you like a shitty deal on the APR or whatever.
I wish
but-
they would have called me. I'm like, that motherfucker owes me $2,000.
Yeah.
But
For a car, believe it or not.
while they were in the process of looking, they were like, "Oh, never mind. We don't need that." So it's just like, what the hell, man? What are y'all doing? Do y'all even know what the fuck you're doing?
They kind of do. They just like to make you sweat a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I got kind of I feel like I was probably in the same situation you were then. I mean, this was like 8 years ago or something, but yeah, it was a different price, and I kind of just everything was over my head during the situation. My mom was really angry afterwards. I'm like, what? I don't know. Like, I don't understand. Like,
Well, hopefully, guys, by the time we have to get our next vehicles after our Toyotas bum out, we won't need cars anymore.
Yeah.
We can get like a
jetpack?
An e-bike.
An e-bike.
Yeah, man.
Probably going to be an Apple. It's an iBike. Probably be an iBike.
You haven't heard about the e-bikes?
Oh, is this a real thing?
Yeah.
What is
Electronic bike. It gets a little, it's like a little tube motor that mounts on the, like, where you sit, where the brace is.
Okay.
And it just sort of assists you whenever you pedal. So it's not like, it's not something that throttles up.
Like
it's
a
just
moped, kind of?
Yeah. You pedal it, and when you pedal it, it sort of gives you a little...
You know what? I think my coworker had one of those. I just thought it was like a motor, but now that I'm thinking about it, it never like...
Yeah, it works when you work.
Oh.
So it just sort of gives you a little... It's like a 100-mile-an-hour wind behind you, I guess. Or maybe a 50. But I think you can adjust the settings. Like, I want Category 2 hurricane. Or I want this Dorian shit that's cooking real nice right now.
Did it move yet? I heard it was hanging out over the
thought
Bahamas.
I thought it was... I mean, I've heard the worst is over. Am I wrong about that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure. All I heard was that 1 mile an hour was trending on Twitter or something, and it was because it was going 1 mile an hour over the Bahamas. And
Yeah, I heard it like just...
150 mile an hour winds.
Just pegging the Bahamas.
I saw a video of someone, I guess they were... I don't know if they're on the roof of their house, but I saw it on Twitter just because somebody... It was like one of those 1.7 million views. But it's like... I think the writing was like a plea for help, and it's just somebody like... I don't really know what they were planning on doing, but it's just, they're in the fucking middle of the hurricane, like... Water's up to the roof and everything, and they're just like, please, God, help us.
Did it for a helicopter ride.
I mean, I guess, but it's just weird to be... tweeting. I don't know. I know that sounds really bad. Like, I don't want to like make fun of their situation, but it's weird at the same time.
Yeah, how does internet work with Dorian?
Yeah, I kind of want to. I know it sounds really bad. I'm like, man, what kind of service they got? Like, it's pretty good.
Verizon.
I hope so. 'Cause that's what I got.
That's what I got. Hey, Verizon bros.
Yeah, you a Verizon guy too?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
The Verizon trio. If we need to rebrand, we've got 2 names on the back burner. 3 names if you want to count. No, I can't remember the other one.
We shouldn't say the other one. I don't want people to steal it because I know they'll steal it.
But back to your e-bike. Yeah, in 20 years, we'll all just be on e-bikes. Maybe. And maybe they'll start hovering. And then you can buy some that have, like, guns attached to it because that's where we're headed. Hey, mass shooting, by the way.
Maybe it'll be like Mad Max. Everything will be fried, and we'll be driving around in gasoline vehicles still.
Yeah, like I just can't.
We'll call it guzzling. I think that's what they call it in Mad Max.
I can't get away from my Camry.
Yeah.
Still just
You're
doing
just
everything
nursing
I
it
can.
along.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing you driving through the desert like Mad Max.
You're like cooking up ethanol in like a shack behind your house.
Yeah, I've got like, what are they like huff paint? No, they huffed. What do they spray on their face?
Yeah, it was silver spray paint.
Yeah, I'm just like geeked out, laughing.
To the I can't remember what they say.
Razor blade to my neck.
I know it's all about Valhalla.
Yeah.
What do they say?
Valhalla, I'm coming.
Yeah, shiny and chrome. Which is funny because I don't know if we talked about this, but I was reading a lot about Fury Road because it's arguably in my top 5 movies of all time.
Yeah.
But apparently that's like it seemed really like weird in the movie, but like George Miller, like his explanation of it is that I guess the whole Valhalla thing, like the Viking warriors or whatever,
right,
ride horses. They would take the blood of the horses and I think smear it on themselves or something like that.
Yeah.
So this was like in the Mad Max world, their chariots are cars.
Yeah.
So they would spray paint silver.
That is very interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of backstory to that movie that I'm like, oh, I never even thought about that. Like the whole follow, because he's a doctor. You know, George Miller was a doctor before he did Mad Max.
That makes sense. I believe it.
That's insane. Why do you like? I'm a doctor. I think I'm gonna make action movies.
Yeah, how did that transition work? Like,
We also did.
I'm bored.
He did Happy Feet and
Babe.
Jack. Yeah, he
And
did Babe.
Yeah.
Babe.
The same guy that did Fury Road did Babe, Pig in the City. Wait, is Pig in the City the sequel? Actually, he might have done both. I don't know.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I think Pig in the City is the sequel because Babe is just on a farm. I think.
Yeah, who's that farmer guy? He turned out to be a president in The Sum of All Fears. He's like a known actor.
The Sum of All Fears.
Oh, isn't it like Cromwell or something like that?
Why am I thinking Nathan? That's not his. He's not a Nathan.
Cromwell. Cromwell's that really tall guy.
With
Yeah.
the big.
He was
big
in
nose.
iRobot.
Yeah.
In that Star Trek, one of the Star Trek movies.
He's in 6 Feet Under. I swear to God.
Some of all. I mean, it was like Some of All Fears, Patriot Games.
With like.
Okay, maybe that's the two I can think of, but I feel like there's a whole genre of movies that were like political thrillers.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, it's only
James Cromwell.
James.
I mean, I guess maybe that's still going, but I feel like it was really.
Yeah,
and
check
I
out,
just
like-
named 2 movies, and that's all I can think of.
Well, the Clive Owen action run, the action series that he's a part of, one of them was like White House has fallen or
Oh, Angel Has Fallen. That size. Okay, I keep seeing.
Olympus
Okay,
is falling.
that's a series.
Yeah, the one came out.
Oh.
Is coming out. I forget what's falling this time. Maybe London
I'm pretty
Bridge.
sure it's Angel Has Fallen or Is Fallen, which is weird. I don't understand that
Okay.
name, but I just remember seeing it at. I was checking what they had at the movie theater. And I was
The Alamo.
like, ugh.
Alamo Draft House.
Yeah, cinema.
Shout out.
It's not a movie theater. Alamo Drafthouse Cinema. I'm their number one fan.
The cinema.
Do I still need to go there?
It's cool. I mean, well, I don't want to like. Oh, it's nothing special, but I mean, it's nice.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like an upgraded version of something like Movie Tavern.
Upgraded from Movie Tavern?
Yeah.
I think so.
Damn.
I would concur with that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, while I look up Clive Owen stuff, can I bitch about that Bonnie Brae? What's up with that?
Where?
The detour thing.
Dude, it is
Oh
nuts.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like ripped that park in half and
Oh, I haven't even seen it.
I think they're putting like a roundabout in the scripture intersection
Yes.
because they even they put cones out one day to help everybody figure out how to use a roundabout.
It's not
They
gonna
should
work.
just have like a pamphlet that whenever you drive up, you just have to take one, and it's like how to maneuver through a roundabout.
It's crazy watching like people in England. Even the one on the way to Vanessa and Jeff's, like people are pretty
yeah.
good. But that one on Shady Shores over here,
Yeah, they're just
people can't quite. And I'm like, dude, you don't have to stop, man. Like they're like,
That's
says
a fucking yield.
yeah,
sign.
it's like you don't stop on the interstate. And I'm like, well, these people probably do stop on the interstate when they're like, oh, there's cars coming. I'm gonna stop on the merge lane.
Yeah,
Wait till
people
they
just
go by.
Freak out.
Yeah, do we
Yeah.
have any other roundabouts, or is that the only one? I bet there's one in like a weird neighborhood or something.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I haven't even seen it yet. But yeah, that detour is kind of a pain in the ass because it really sucks. Because now I just go down the access road to get to like university if I want to go to something over there, and I hate going through all those back road neighborhoods and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a while. So that's what's kind of weird. I feel like between the construction on 35 near work and that detour and everything, I feel like I'm just getting more and more confined to my own fucking apartment because I can't like leave anywhere.
Just trapped by construction.
Dude, it was crazy. So they had the UNT game Saturday, and I guess parking was pretty terrible because on Bonnie Brae, you know, you take a right onto the access road to get to my apartment, and somebody had parked their car, like, basically the light post, the traffic light post. It has like a kind of a little concrete, not like a median per se, but it's just kind of there, and they parked their car on that.
Really?
And I'm like, Jesus, man, like you're asking for it. Because I thought it was a cop when I was pulling up because
Yeah.
they're usually directing traffic. But, yeah, I think they just parked their car there because they couldn't figure out where else to park.
John, I've got one for you. White House Down.
Okay, I had no idea this was a series. That's funny.
And I don't know how this one slipped my mind. It's got Snipes.
Oh.
Murder at 1600. I don't think I saw it, but
Murder 1600. That's
yeah, it's got Wesley Snipes.
wait. So is that part of? Because isn't Murder?
It's not part of the series. It's just these sort of these action thriller.
Okay, yeah.
It's got something to do with the president.
Now I'm wondering, did Murder at 1600? There was a movie with Wesley Snipes that I remember hearing was part of The Fugitive.
Was it like a loose tie-in thing?
Yeah. Fuck, I can't remember.
Oh, man.
It's not Murder at 1600 because I think he was. Fuck, man.
Researching on the fly.
But I was about to say, for a second, I was like, wait, this is a series that dates back like 20 years?
Sorry.
That's insane.
I should have specified that The Fugitive.
U.S. Marshals
Yes.
with Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh,
yeah, that's right, because Wesley Snipes in that one, and I believe that's... What a weird kind of sequel that's not really a sequel.
And Robert Downey Jr.
Whoa, when was he in that?
Fucking A, man.
He was Special Agent John Royce.
So that's like well, it's probably like drugs. I was going to say pre-drugs, but it's probably drugs.
He was doing drugs.
Well,
Robert Downey Jr.?
Robert.
Yeah.
How long was he fucked up? Because he got like fucked up in the 80s, didn't he?
Yeah, it's probably been in and out.
And caught in the 90s.
You know, speaking of rehab, I'm wondering, like...
Oh, yeah, that's a good story.
Because wasn't
Sorry, I was just wondering how many people go once and they're good.
Wasn't it kind of like a running joke that Less Than Zero was about someone trying to deal with their drug problem and he had a drug problem?
I can do that. I'm actually going through that right now. Perfect guy for you.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like it was either like it was like before or after his sobriety or right in the middle of his like heavy binging. But
how do you make movies when you're all fucked up on all the drugs?
I don't know.
Should we
well,
conduct an experiment?
look at fucking Judy Garland.
Wasn't she like boozy?
I don't know anything about Judy Garland.
Well, I mean, just watch The Wizard of Oz, and like supposedly, like she'd do uppers and downers, like back and forth, like.
Ruins the
She'd
whole
take
movie.
sleeping pills to go to sleep, and she'd do like amphetamines to get a little pep.
So she just thought she was like, she didn't even know she was on a set. Probably she just thought like
she was dreaming.
Yeah, I'm like,
oh, there's little people, and there's like a lion.
She just walked onto the set, and they were like, "You look perfect. You're gonna play the role."
But I'm not 100% sure if like that point in her career she was that fucked up. But I heard that she got like pretty fucked up on drugs.
I always thought she was more of a drinker.
Well, I think she did that too.
She just loved it all.
The speed like helped her like kind of even out.
Damn, do you wonder?
Because doctors would give them that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, do you wonder if Tyler Skaggs was doing any like uppers to combat his heavy downers that he was in?
Yeah. Did he have any? Was it all opiate?
All I saw was the dream, the white whale, fentanyl.
Was he
booze and oxycodone?
Yeah.
So was he taking these? Did he have any sort of like, I don't know about a prescription, but like a reason for taking these? Was he feeling pain? Was it
I don't know his injury history, but I can only imagine being a pitcher in your late 20s, you've got something going on. But I heard that there was like a trainer or someone that might be involved.
Yeah, I heard the family suing, and they were pretty on the ball with the suing or whatever. Cause
yeah, man.
But you always kind of wonder if it's like, is it a family being like, our boy would never do that, or is it like they know? You know, I mean,
man, who knows? This thing is so new, though.
Yeah.
But like fentanyl, I'm still like just blown away by how fentanyl is in the country. I mean, I get it, but I get drug trade 101.
Well, I kind of wonder if it was another one of those mistaken Xanax things, because that's what was happening to a lot of the little peep guy, and some of those other people. I think they thought that they were taking like heavy doses of Xanax, but it was actually a fentanyl like mix.
Now, are they not told, or is someone like just slipping this stuff in? Is like,
I think the drug dealers are just like, I'll give them this because like
they'll love it.
Yeah, and I've heard that if you like kill somebody with your drugs, then more people buy it because they're like, oh, that's really fucking good.
You got to get there.
That's one reason.
Close to the dragon.
That's one reason to not buy drugs, just because like, you don't know what it's laced with. You don't know if it's the real thing.
Right.
And I feel like that would be like, I might be okay like buying some drugs, but for all I know, you're like, just cut in some bleach and fuck it. Just
But you
give it
can
to 'em.
you can buy drug testing kits.
I can test your drugs.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Like I just bought
God.
this bottle of pills, and so I can test each one of them for.
Yeah, you just I think you just scrape off a little and put it into a liquid mixture and it'll change color.
Oh
They
man,
have-
some CSI
They
shit.
have kits for this?
Uh huh. A lot of ravers and stuff got into it because there was so much bad ecstasy going
Yeah,
around.
that's why I wouldn't want to.
So you get the ecstasy and you test it to make sure there's nothing sketchy, because people would put acid and
yeah.
speed and all kinds of stuff, just this one makes you feel sleepy or this one makes you feel happy. It's just because they're street chemists are cutting all that stuff. But I think that's why Molly became so popular, because it's, if you get the real stuff, it's pure MDMA in a gel cap. There's no nobody's cooking up a pill.
I couldn't imagine trying to test a pill while I've got lights on my neck. And
Yeah, I know. It's
I've got paint. My face is painted, and I'm raving trying to test this quality of a pill.
I would assume they do their little drug test before they go party, but I don't know.
Or they could just, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Test this pill.
Gotta get my dick sucked and do some coke. I gotta test my coke on the toilet before I do the coke off the toilet.
But one of the podcasts I listened to, they got what they thought was Molly, but it ended up being meth.
Yeah, see, I don't that's what I'm saying. I don't want to do ecstasy, but I'm I might be willing, but I almost don't, because I'm is this really? Dude, you can trust me. I'm yeah, I can trust you, but where the fuck did you get it from?
Yeah.
Do you trust that guy that, yeah.
Yeah. If you came over with ecstasy, it's well, I know you're not cooking up pure 100% ecstasy or whatever that is. So it's I know you got it from somebody. Where the fuck did that guy get it from? I don't know what the fuck I'm buying. For all I know, these are fucking...
Just trust me, John. It's fine.
All right.
We'll
I took the pills before we did this podcast, so we're going to see.
Did they do the drugs on the podcast?
Yeah.
And they were whoa, I'm starting
Really?
to feel...
Yeah, they were all
started grinding their teeth man, this ain't... This is meth. This is meth feeling.
yeah, they were definitely they weren't really sure what they were in for, because none of them had done it. So they knew that they were high, but it was unusual. And I think they talked about afterwards, because they ended up ending the show, and then they went to somebody's apartment, and one of the guys said that he stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning. Him and his girlfriend just sat and talked,
Hell
on
yeah.
their patio,
Wow.
That's what I don't want to do.
So it was never tested. They're just the side effects they felt were of the meth variety?
Well, I think they ended up getting a testing kit after that, because they wanted,
Oh, okay.
because they did want to do the Molly on the show, so they ended up getting a testing kit. They tested that stuff that they got, and then they got some more, from another source, and tested that to make sure that it was real. And they got real Molly the next time.
You can do this on a show and record it and present it to the world?
I guess so. I mean, where are the cops really gonna come knock down your door for a couple of grams of whatever the fuck?
I mean, you don't have grams, but you're getting it from someone who might have some grams.
I think they have bigger fish to fry. That's why I'm willing to say that I drove around stoned on 420. What's very gonna do?
I mean, that's true, but I still feel if,
Pennies.
if they're building a case against somebody, it's well, we know we have one guy that
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, lots of people do drugs on podcasts. Ari Shaffir did salvia and blacked out and went to another world for what he said felt like a year. He said
Whoa.
he lived another life.
so heroin.
Hurl.
He said he lived another life and it was all underwater.
Dude, I want that drug.
You never smoked salvia? I never did it, but I remember a lot of people did it.
Is salvia illegal?
It is now. You used to be able to buy it at head shops, though.
Man, that's that shit that... wait, never mind. Yeah, I don't want any part of
Yeah,
That's the
everybody I
stuff
talked to said it was bad. It gives you a weird headache or something. But I've heard if you can get into the full-on trip, some people have crazy good experiences. Some people have bad. I don't
This
know.
isn't the cactus thing, is it?
No, I think it's kind of like weed. It's a
Okay.
plant,
Okay.
but
That's why I thought well,
oh,
I'm
you're
not talking
about
No,
I don't
what it's
know
called.
what
But that's why you're talking about kind of like weed. And I'm well, dude, I'm not talking about weed stuff. I'm talking about stuff that's clearly cocaine. If I do cocaine on a podcast, I'd be yeah, whatever. They got bigger fish to fry. Not gonna come get
I
me.
don't know. I've never seen anybody do cocaine on a podcast, but I've seen acid and like mushrooms and.
That's weird.
I don't like. That's just. I don't know. I don't follow your thing. Like I get what you're saying.
And it's
but-
not
I mean,
like
we
they
wouldn't
have
do it
any,
we wouldn't do it at a restaurant, but we would film it and show it to millions of
And
people.
who's
It's
to
just
say
weird.
that you're not like faking it? Like they could like go and it could have just been like a big act, like you put on a show.
Hey, doing a bit,
Yeah.
I guess.
and then you act all strung out, and then boom.
That's what I would tell them. I'm just
But
doing
I
a
don't
bit.
know. Podcast is still kind of very Wild West, even though it's been around for a little while. But
Like a million years.
It's just weird to film or record illegal activity. That's all I'm saying.
oh,
People do
Every
on-
time you see a video on the internet, like, why would you film this? I'm like, well, fucking apparently people record podcasts doing it.
that reminds me, I did get really scared whenever I was I'm trying to think how old I was, like maybe 18 or 19. I went over to a friend's house and we were gonna like smoke a bunch of weed, and for whatever reason, it didn't work out. So we ended up at my house, and I was already like kind of paranoid about the whole thing. Like it was just me and my mom living there, and I didn't want to like fuck up any of her stuff.
Hold ring.
So, how do you say how
Yeah,
old?
sorry, hold ring.
Like 18 or 19, I think.
Okay, sorry.
But anyway, so we ended up like smoking weed, and I was just like super paranoid, so I didn't really have a good time. I was just uncomfortable the whole time. And then they pulled out a video camera and started like filming everything, and we did like a whole thing. Like they were like messing with me to see how high I was, and then I think this might have been like into high school or like just out of high school. They were asking like which girl in high school you want to fuck, and they were all just like openly saying, oh, I'd fuck so and so, like she's super hot or whatever. And I was just like, I'm not fucking answering that question, like. But supposedly the video got out, and like
Yeah, I knew it. I was gonna say they probably fucking teased your ass, but
supposedly
sure
it
enough.
like surfaced around somewhere. I heard people like tell stories about it, but I was always scared that like, because I'm trying to remember, one of my friends got tailed by like a resource officer at school when he was going to like buy weed.
What the fuck is a resource officer?
Like he
a
never had like a campus cop.
campus cop?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that was another.
But I just like all these things were spiraling around in my head, like, oh, I could go to jail or like.
Yeah, because you have been singled out by that same guy, right? The resource officer before.
Yeah, well, that was the same night.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, see, this is why you don't record illegal activity, because
Bro, no doubt.
But I was
People are
so
singling you
scared. I was just like, please just get rid of that tape. I don't know what eventually happened to it, but nobody like I heard people like make jokes about it, but it didn't go further.
What's the
than
worst
that.
thing that happened? It shows you guys high.
Yeah.
And like, yo, I'd like to fuck Christy Turlington.
Yeah.
Like, cool.
but in high school, that's like the end of the world. You're like,
Well,
oh, fuck.
yeah, I can only imagine what 18-year-old me
Yeah,
would.
if you're already getting fucked with or something, and then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, dude, you think you can fuck the hottest chick in the school? Fucking loser.
Yeah,
You don't even smoke weed right.
because I had already gone through something like that happened to me in junior high. It didn't get recorded, but I went on like a band field trip, and we
Oh,
ended
yeah.
up we played Truth or Dare in the back, and I'm the like shy kid who'd never like kissed a girl ever, and I ended up like kissing like 4 or 5 girls.
Damn, homie.
But everybody like when I came back, it was like half-heartedly like high-fiving me, but for the most part they were just fucking with me. I knew they were fucking with me, so
Yeah.
it was just like I don't know, people like applauding and shit when I walked down the hall.
Oh, it's like, yeah.
It's like the weirdest teasing ever.
Yeah.
It like doesn't make you feel good. You're like, God, I wish I just wouldn't have played the game now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool that I got.
But there are worse ways to get teased, so
Yeah.
you're kind of cool with it.
But thankfully they were mostly all hot girls that were cool, but I don't know.
Was this in the back of a bus or
Uh-huh.
like? Oh.
Yeah.
Jeez, dude, you me too'd 4 chicks on a band trip?
No, he didn't. They me too'd him.
But that was
That's
also like a horrible fear of mine, like just going back to school and like I don't know, whatever happening, just
Yeah.
being like berated by like a crowd of people.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't like, at least in a fight, win or lose. It's it's 1-on-1, but
Yeah.
it's like I can't really do anything to a crowd pointing and laughing. Like,
Yeah.
I'll kick all of your asses.
Man, this brings up one of the most ongoing subjects I have with another friend. We always talk about just recording shit in high school, and we're so on that last sort of wave of cell phones, like when we were in high school.
Oh yeah,
like shit being recorded. Like
Yeah.
we're like right there. We got out like almost like the right time.
Yeah, I
The
feel like
perfect time.
Yeah, we had a weird we're pre-internet basically, and like it's a very weird time to be. I mean, it's not weird. I'm sure everyone thinks they're unique. Like I was born at the perfect time.
But yeah, like cyberbullying and shit. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
dude.
Yeah, that's
That shit
crazy.
is the weirdest stuff ever.
Yeah, 'cause I don't even know if I had I might have had a cell phone right at the tail end of high school, but I don't think I did.
The brick
I remember.
Nokia.
I had one of the. Well, see, that's what I'm trying to remember because I know I got my dad's, so I feel like the family had one before I got one, and then eventually it was like a pest.
Yeah, I got one when I started driving to keep up with me, and just in case
Okay.
the car broke down. I'm sorry, the truck.
I didn't get a phone until I was in college.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, are you Pori?
I mean, that's what. You're one of those fucking bullies in
Well, it
fucking high
wasn't-
school over here.
It wasn't even like, I don't know, like I don't really.
Didn't really have a need for it, right?
Yeah, one of my friends had a phone, but he was like super rich. So
Huh.
like,
Had an antenna pull out.
Super
I
rich.
think so.
Friends with Zach Morris.
But I don't really
The
like.
cinder block phone.
I just use landlines everywhere I went.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, that's what I mean, technically, I don't think I had one till college. Because if I didn't have one in high school, it was, obviously not till college.
Mm.
What would happen if your Cutlass Supreme broke down?
I don't know. Like I say, but I think anyone pre-2002, somehow they made it work for.
Yeah, you just walk to a gas station and dial a number.
Yeah, but it's not fun. Like
I just get raped and murdered. Because that's the only
That's the
other
worst case
option.
scenario.
Yeah, that's
Like-
the only other. If you don't have a cell phone, that's what's going to happen to you.
yeah, that's what-
Guaranteed.
Actually, I kind of wonder. I can't remember what happened because I broke down on the way to Kilgore one time, and I don't even remember if I had a phone or not.
You just kick the car and start walking.
Yeah.
Spit
so.
on it.
Uh huh.
Actually, I did have a. I mean, not really an accident, but I ended up in the median, I guess, on 20. But no, never mind. I had a cell phone then because I think I called my mom.
Or
Never mind.
AAA.
Actually, somebody else that saw it happen called the fucking tow truck, I think, or called the cops, and the cops came, and they had a tow truck on the way. I
But
think.
I think I was helped a couple of times by Good Samaritans with cell phones because I was just like dumb kid driving around and like nice people just happened to stop and like help me out, especially when I was on like back roads because I broke down on the street, like the little side street that goes to my neighborhood. I was literally like half a mile away from my house.
Oh,
It's a
damn.
good place to get murdered, man.
And it was like dark in the middle of the woods.
Yikes.
So, I didn't know Skaggs was a lefty. So,
He will be missed. He's with the Angels now.
He's with literal angels now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Playing baseball in heaven with Hank Aaron and
Babe Ruth?
baby Ruth.
Baby Ruthie?
But I'm guessing you think they're just like hanging out and partying, like
In heaven?
no,
Oh.
like when he died, like just like
No, I think this is like before a game.
really?
Like in the afternoon.
Yeah, it sounded like a.
Because they had an afternoon game,
Uh huh.
and it got, you heard the breaking news that it's going to be canceled because of a death.
Yeah.
Because he died in South Lake Hotel. I forget which one, but
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
they
I
were
forgot
gearing
it
up for a
was.
game.
So
I
do
forgot it was
baseball
here.
players do that? Just get ripped up? Well, I mean, I guess who's that guy that pitched the no hitter on
I
like
think-
acid?
I think some baseball.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
I've heard that's sort of a
Oh, son of a bitch, I lost his name.
It's a bit conflated.
yeah. I think it was. I don't remember it, so I'm not going to speak on it. So I'm learning lessons.
Yeah, I think they like to get ripped.
Yeah.
They're fucking. They're guys. They're
They
dudes.
have a lot of money.
They're human beings with a lot of money and young.
But it just sounds awful having to sit and play baseball in the heat while you're fucked up.
I mean, come on, man. They're
Probably makes it better.
It's baseball. They're not,
What, 100-degree heat though? You got all fentanyl
I mean,
haze going on.
Would you rather be in 100-degree heat or 100-degree heat on drugs? A lot of people want the drugs.
Did
And not only
Josh,
that, he's a pitcher. You know, it's probably
did Josh
he
Hamilton
fucking works
do
one every
drugs while
5
he played
days.
baseball?
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Big-
that's a good example of
big
baseball
dumb
players like to
idiot.
get ripped,
Yeah. Where we at?
like to get lit.
Where we at? We need to hit some stories, or we need to take breaksies.
Let's take a break.
Okay.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
We'll be right back. And we're back.
And we're back.
Or are we?
We're back.
Okay.
Yeah, we are.
We are
We
back.
for sure are.
Oh, well, you guys weren't talking. I'm over here checking for Zeke stuff, so
Zeke's. Oh, it's not gonna happen.
I hope it doesn't.
Yo, it
So he's
just.
still holding out?
Yeah, but I think he's back in Dallas.
Hey, I'm kind of curious on your opinion. I don't think this is like totally recycling other podcast content because I think it was just on the fly. They just kind of brought it up on the show I was watching. But the elite wide receiver, do you think it's a worthwhile investment for a football team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or an upper echelon receiver, yeah, for sure.
'Cause
Look at the
they're-
Cowboys last year.
Because their argument was that the wide receiver doesn't usually get their hands on the ball very often. You're paying them like insane amounts of money, and it really does very little for I don't know, for your ability to like win the game. Because he was like, name an elite wide receiver who's won a championship in the past like 20 years.
So I've got to look at NFL rosters of Super Bowl winning teams and find good receivers.
So,
But they were- he
on
was
his
just-
counter argument, can he name a shit ton of running backs?
Well, he was pointing out like the Patriots have like a bunch of short white dudes and like a Mexican dude, and they're just like smashing them through.
Can he name their running back? I bet he can.
Well, funny enough, the Patriots had a Super Bowl MVP who was a wide receiver.
Was he an elite wide receiver?
No. But, I mean, I'll scroll through some rosters.
But I don't know.
And
I may be like talking out of
something.
my head. I just thought it was
No,
kind of
no.
an interesting.
So is the
thing, but I don't
argument
know.
that running backs are more worthy than the wide receiver, or
I'm
was
trying to
it
remember. I don't even think he like.
because if he's not making that, I don't even know what he's arguing for. Like, yeah, you shouldn't get good receivers. Like, I
Well,
don't
my
understand
argument is an example of an elite wide receiver helping your team, and they didn't win a Super Bowl last year, was when Amari Cooper came to the Cowboys
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
Made a
Boom.
huge difference.
7 out of 8 games or whatever the stat is. And his numbers were huge, and you can tell, like, just by watching the games that he brought them. I don't know what I'm saying. They were better with him.
But he was just. I think it was more of like a monetary thing because he said like the stuff that you get doesn't outweigh the amount of money that you're paying a lot of these fools.
I would I could understand the argument of like getting tying up all the money into one elite receiver, whereas you could get, you know, maybe, I don't want to say subpar, but not elite. You know, you can spread out more money. I mean,
But they're just.
Then the definition of elite gets murky because
Yeah.
Plexico Burris.
Well, they brought him up, but they didn't consider him elite.
Man, but when he had a nice little career.
Yeah, well, they were talking about that, but they still like they were kind of like.
Would
I
they
remember-
consider him like elite level for that year, or maybe his few years with the Giants where he?
I don't know. They seem like they just kind of brushed that off, but they brought up like T.O. and Larry Fitzgerald.
Fitz was close.
I'm trying to think who else, but he had like they named off quite a few. Of them,
I
but-
feel like Dez Bryant would be considered an elite wide receiver, but I mean, he was also on a lot of 8-8, worse than that teams, or
Yeah.
better than that too. But
Yeah, that 14 Cowboys team. If
I mean-
only they would have. I don't know.
it's more of a, I think it's in basketball, I could definitely see how like one player can change the dynamic. And I mean, well, Amari Cooper came and definitely changed that dynamic of the team. But there's just so many people that I feel like it's on the coaching staff, which is arguably
I think
been
it's worth it
spoken
to
about
pay him.
against.
Yeah.
I mean, Antonio Brown's a great example, and he's a nutcase, but I mean, I think he's worth that money. Just watch the tape, man.
Yeah, and I don't think I don't know. I don't think they're holding. I don't think those elite wide receivers are the ones holding their team back. Like maybe they haven't won, but I don't think it's because. Well, it's because you got that one elite receiver that's getting paid a lot of money. It's like, dude, there's like 50 people on that fucking team, and like how many coaches? Like,
yeah. Well, I do kind of wonder if a lot of people just like put too much faith into their long game because the guys have like pulled off, like Odell Beckham, like doing some like crazy shit.
yeah.
But now I don't know what's he doing, playing for the Browns.
Yeah, his debut season for the Browns is nigh upon us.
But I don't know, that guy probably makes a fuck ton of money.
He does make a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, it's like you get if you get a highlight reel going, you're definitely gonna earn even. Yeah, I mean, I see where they're coming from now. I thought because I've heard people argue like with the whole Dallas situation, like running backs, because people are debating like, is Zeke? Should we keep him?
Yeah,
Should we
but I
pay
think
him?
that's how it came up because they were talking about Zeke, and then the other guy brought up the whole running back thing.
Man,
Or I'm sorry, the wide receiver
wide
thing.
receiver thing. Yeah, now I'm just like, I'm going through my mind like Super Bowl winning teams, and I'm like, all right, who was the wide receiver? Julian Edelman for the Patriots.
But they still like they a lot of that's like a running game for most of their plays, isn't it? Like they didn't really.
He's not really a deep guy.
Yeah.
They don't really consider him elite. There's like 5 people that are elite to these people, so it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the
I don't. Yeah, they don't consider
the
like.
list
Well,
is very short.
I wish I like had kept better tabs on whoever they're saying, but they named off like quite a few.
Hey, Larry Fitzgerald. Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, like you really think like Larry Fitzgerald's making the Cardinals worse? You think it's a bad idea that they have him?
Yeah, they shouldn't have paid him to stick around.
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
I should let him walk.
but people
Larry
do that.
Fitzgerald.
I always thought it was weird when people would do the same thing, like in basketball. Whenever like a trio or even a duo or whatever like comes together, it's like like Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. Like to me, 2 good players are good. Like I don't.
But also,
That's also a layman coming from a layman. But I'm like, how are 2 elite players not like better for a team?
I feel like it's not so much that the elite wide receiver is like a disadvantage for the team, but they're just tying up so much money in these guys who act like divas sometimes.
Well, I mean,
And they get what they want.
That's very true because the Patriots' success would argue that those guys are right.
Yeah.
Because they're like, no one's really like. I mean, no one's really like a. They're all stars in their own right, but just it's kind of weird.
But
Know how to run a
I
franchise.
don't know. I'm sorry if this was like kind of a log jam of a conversation.
Randy Moss, man.
Yeah.
What if did they talk about Randy Moss in that 07 team if they had won it? Because Randy Moss was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they brought that up, but they were like, it was one of those things just so close.
So close, they just had too much money in them. They couldn't get to Super Bowl. I mean, it's like I don't know. I see. At first, I was like, "Fuck off, get the hell out!" But
Yeah, me
I mean,
too.
I don't.
But
that's
they
just,
I want to hear that conversation so I can get like their full
Okay.
other stuff.
but that's
We should just play it now.
but that's the same thing that I always thought was weird because it's like people always get mad about athletes wanting more money, and it's like, dude, everywhere, every job, everybody wants more money.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you get. Yeah, it's just like how do you expect are you gonna take a pay cut? Yeah, but I'm not making $10 million a year. But it's like I guarantee you get used to that $10 million. You're not gonna take a cut to $5 million. It's still $5 million fucking dollars a year. But no one's gonna take that unless you're Dirk Nowitzki. Which, good lord, is he the only athlete that fucking did that? I don't.
It's only like big,
Yeah.
huge name I can think. Tom Brady has taken huge pay cuts over the years. So yeah, those 2. Tim Duncan, I think, may have done it down in San Antonio. I don't know.
Really?
I think.
The Spurs?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. You got me talking about sports and thinking sports. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just.
Like I said, I'm sorry.
It's funny we're talking about money. This was earlier. I said that. So I overheard a conversation between 2 people about luck at work. It was a customer and a coworker, and they were talking about the whole him retiring, and the guy said that he woke up that day. I was watching Sports Center with his wife and stuff, and I guess his wife doesn't follow sports because she said he's 29 and he can retire. Can he do that? So they
legal?
Like I think the husband looked up his like net worth and it was like $67 million, which even if that's inaccurate by like 50%, it's still, you know,
Yeah.
32 and a half or whatever. No, that's not right. Whatever, 33 and a half.
He signed big deals.
But yeah, it's just funny to me. Like, can he do that? Like, do you not watch? I mean,
anything works.
I feel like even if I didn't watch sports, it's like, yeah, they all make a lot of money.
Well, it is kind of hard to fathom how much money they legitimately make, though. Like in some cases, because you know that they do make a lot, but
I think base pay is like $550,000 or something like that. So it's like, yeah, I could.
But I don't know, just thinking about all that money, because I remember hearing people talk about that. They're like, yeah, he's just gonna go travel around with his wife, like hang out,
like Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
There was I mean, there's probably a lot of players that do it, but I remember hearing about one guy, an NFL player, that him and his wife, like, they lived like to $50,000 a year or something like that.
Really?
Like their lifestyle was like they bought the house with cash, and like I think that was like basically what they used to live off of. And I'm like, that means you have a lot of money in savings.
Was it Alfred Morris by chance?
Man, I really don't know. Like, I don't even have a guess to the name. You could say every name, and I wouldn't even be like, yeah, that's it.
Because the Cowboys running back Alfred Morris like still drives like a 91.
Wow.
Something. And he's like, he's really been good with his money. So
I remember watching a story about a kicker that had, I think, whenever the lockout had happened, he like was working. He had like a day job, like an accountant or something like.
It wasn't Home Depot.
No, it wasn't anything like that. Like he I guess he was one of the few that actually got an education whenever he. But yeah, I mean, he didn't even need to do it, but I guess it was just, hey, look at me, I'm normal. Like,
I'm a common man.
Yeah, that's gonna win you a lot of.
Maybe he did it for the benefits.
Yeah, that's true.
Shit, yeah.
Need some insurance.
What's next? I'm gonna send a dick pic. I'm getting ready to send
don't.
a dick pic. Let's go ahead and rush this up.
It's on the record that I said don't, so you will go to prison for life.
There's no way I'm sending dicks.
And you don't. Hey,
slinging dicks.
Man, I got so many questions. Like, what if you don't send a pic? What if you just show people your dick?
Well, that's indecent exposure.
Yeah, they already got that on the books, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Damn it. Well, I'm going to
Can't
prison
just show
now.
random people your penis. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Maybe like in 1807. You could. You can just walk up and down the streets.
Bad flashing problem in 1807?
Probably.
That's probably covered in dirt and
muck.
Swamp butt.
It's untrimmed.
Sorry. Go ahead with your story, Smiley.
So there's a new law about sending unsolicited dick pics. I think it's not just dick pics, like any kind of unsolicited nude.
That's what I was going to ask. Can
like
I?
Yeah.
Can I take a girl to court for a vagine picture?
I think so.
Okay.
If you didn't want it.
I don't want. Get this vagina out of my phone.
I want dick.
It says the new law makes sending unsolicited picture of uncovered intimate parts a misdemeanor, punishable by a fine up to $500.
Punishable by. That's the only time I ever hear that phrase is death.
Punishable by death.
Yeah.
And it says the law also prohibits sending unwelcome photos of covered genitals of a male person that are in a discernibly turgid state.
Turgid.
I think that $500 is a tad low.
You think so? I mean,
I think so, because from what I hear, like, there's a lot of unsolicited dick pics out there, and maybe bump it up to about 1,000.
Maybe it's $500 per pic.
Shit.
So some of those guys like to spam. They're just
that's true. Maybe they're just testing the waters. 30,000. Maybe it'll be maybe they'll jack up the price like once they realize like, holy shit, dude, this is we're paying for our military with dick pic money.
But yeah, it says
it's funny that the word dick pic. I can't believe dick pic's in the headline.
Whoever wrote this is kind of an idiot, but
scroll or read the name at the top of the page. Call them out.
I don't want to call somebody out.
No. You already said they were an idiot. Just call them out.
The language that they're using on this article.
They're an idiot?
It's stupid. It's not completely idiotic.
Are they trying to? Is it dumb or is it they're trying to use like words like turgid?
No, it's dumb.
Okay.
Like it says, so flaccid in a banana hammock is still Jake. Camel toes and man nips likewise get a pass.
Say that one more time.
What is Jake?
I don't know, but it just sounds stupid. I think
it's a typo.
I think it's good. Like,
Wait, so are they just poking fun at the whole, like, the fact that the law states turgid?
yeah, like I think it has to be like an erect penis. You can't see like somebody wearing like a thong with a flaccid dick.
So if
like,
it's a flaccid dick?
it in a thong like covered. But
You know
if
what's funny?
it's covered and you're visibly hard, then it's a unsolicited
Dude,
thing.
that's crazy
Yeah, they
because
say that outline.
Because I know that sounds dumb, but like whenever you're talking legal, you have to get that specific. Because yeah, if there was a picture of me
Fuck
floating,
yeah.
there was a picture of me floating around in boxer briefs, like just not turgid.
Uh-huh.
You're like, whoa.
But it says female
like,
nipples
turgid.
are considered an intimate part. So sending unsolicited picture of a naked female breast would be unlawful.
It's funny because they just made the whole breastfeeding everywhere thing. I think you can. There was a whole breast pump situation, but I don't remember the ruling on that.
Like,
I think you can do that everywhere too.
what if you take a picture of the breast that's being pumped?
That's a good question.
And then
That's,
I send it to
That sounds
her.
crazy, but this is stuff that you're gonna have to think about.
Just
Oh,
spam
yeah,
her
that's a
with
good
her own
point.
boobs.
Yeah.
Here's your boob.
I like how we're like trying to find ways to be creepers to.
I'm
get
not
around
trying
the
to.
law.
I'm just trying to live my best life, bro.
What if I have a head on my turgid cock?
A head, like a
Like
little.
a floating head.
No, like someone sucking my dick, so you can't see my dick.
Well, then that's just you're sharing pornographic images,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah, is
it's
that all
probably
right?
it's probably without that woman or man's consent.
No, it would always 100%.
So
be
you
with
would
consent.
ask the person,
They
like,
would
hey,
beg me,
I'm about to send this picture out of you.
and I'm not saying that
sucking-
people beg me to have sex. I'm just saying like, I'm not touching anyone. I'm not even looking in their direction unless they're on top of me.
Or
I'm not initiating anything, bro. Men go their own way.
What if
Well,
they're
maybe
in
that's
front
not
of
quite
you?
men go their own way. I'll look down to the floor.
just look up.
Like, hey, John, how's it going? What?
What was that?
Nothing? No. That's my reaction.
Well, that's very bold.
That's how I get consent. They have
just
to.
wait for
I
it.
have to consent. There's no.
You know, you can always just ask for consent.
Can you though? Does that always help? Hey, you want to have sex?
I'm sure it's worked for a few people out there.
It's very true. It's very true.
It takes some balls, though.
I want them to ask me though. It's like what's that? What was the dance where the girls ask the guys?
Sadie Hawkins.
Yeah, I need to find me a Sadie Hawkins. It's a cool name.
Hey, we went to the Sadie Hawkins dance. Me and
No, we
you.
didn't. We have a Sadie Hawkins? I don't think we had a Sadie Hawkins
I
dance.
think we did. I think it was held in the cafeteria in the high school. I think. Maybe I'm having like...
I have a memory of trying to go to a dance that I couldn't get into because I didn't buy a ticket beforehand.
Oh, shit.
I don't think I had a date, though. Yeah, I don't think it was Sadie Hawkins because I didn't have a date. Because I remember getting dressed up. I remember going to Papacitos with people from school. Got dropped off at the school and went up to the little desk. I don't remember what I had to get, but yeah, I hadn't bought a ticket beforehand, like a $5 and yeah, they wouldn't even let me pay to right there. I don't know. I think it was one of those last minute, like, I'm not going to go to a dance. That's lame.
Yeah.
And then I tried to go and then, like, had to get picked up because I couldn't get in. It was fine. I'm sure I probably wouldn't have had a good time anyways, so.
Probably would have gotten laid
You're probably right.
if you just gone up and asked for consent.
Hey, can I have your consent?
No. You
I'd
may
like to
not.
see your consent naked.
Sign a form.
Yeah, I'll bring a sheet of paper with
Can I
me.
see some ID?
All right. Well, it sounds
Now,
like we're out of steam.
now I'm not even going to give my phone number out. I don't want unsolicited or...
But it is kind of, I don't know, interesting. I can't imagine trying to be a woman in the digital age getting berated with penises.
Yeah, it's nuts. From all angles.
As
They
it were.
it seems all of them get it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's it.
Yep. I was trying to find a joke, man.
Oh,
We
sorry.
really just didn't see that
I
we
didn't
were a court low, and we just didn't bother filling up. We just kept on. We can make it.
I didn't realize you were looking for a joke. I'm like,
Oh.
he's scrolling through the phone, so I guess we're done.
Man, I hadn't. Well, I had one.
We can go back to other things. There's poop. The poop death.
Poop death.
Poop death.
What does that mean?
Oh, is this the fecal? Yeah, I am curious about this.
I thought you had more questions about the dick pic, or did we resolve them?
The vagine one. I wanted to know about a woman sending nude pics.
Okay.
Probably doesn't happen quite as often, I would assume.
I don't know.
I mean, I would assume not. At least
I've
I don't know of many
never
guys.
received anything from a woman involving her vagina.
I mean, I can
But
tell
they
you
did
right.
say boobs were no good, so.
If I get unsolicited boob pics, depending on, well, I mean, I was gonna say, man, it makes me sound like a jerk, but depending on who it is, even if I don't gross, I don't want this, stop doing this, I don't think I'm gonna take them to court.
No?
I think I can move on with my life
Yeah?
if I see boobs that I didn't.
What if you just keep getting boobs every day?
I mean, I think I
Get
can.
another phone.
I think I can handle it.
Yeah?
I think I mean, I search out boobs, so if they're coming to me and be like, "Oh, those look nice." Oh, really? Four boobs in a row? Jeez, golly, stop it, guys. I don't think,
They made a joke about that in the article, too, saying that nobody's going to complain about boobs.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody will. So, a patient dies from fecal transplant containing
Smileys. Come on, get
drug-resistant
in there.
bacteria.
Force the wedge.
So they've been doing fecal transplants for a while. And
I've heard about this.
Yeah, I've heard about it too. And like apparently it's done like wonders for a lot of people. Kind of resets your stomach bacteria and helps you like get back to a better place. Because some people just have like these chronic conditions where their insides are just fucked up all the time.
Yogurt won't help.
No, like they've tried like drugs and all kinds of other crazy shit and nothing helps. But apparently you can take poop out of one person and put it in another person.
Yeah, so I'm assuming both living people?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
They're
think
not like,
they do cadaver poop.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Who
sounds
wants
weird.
cadaver poop.
It sounds weird, but all of it sounds weird.
But I feel like it'd have to be like a living
Gonna
person because you
fecal
want
transplant list.
live bacteria. But I guess all the bacteria would still be alive. It might be
Yeah,
kind of
that shit.
scary.
You can't kill bacteria.
But apparently there haven't been like real protocols for a lot of stuff. People just been kind of doing whatever, just like basically, we're gonna take this poop out, we're gonna put it in you, and we're not really. There's no like kind of rhyme or reason to it. Everybody has like a different technique, but there aren't any like for sure. It sounds really fucked up.
I know,
to me,
it
too, 'cause
sounds
it's like
like-
doctors are doing this, but apparently nobody really stepped in and said, "Hey, we shouldn't like just kind of willy nilly do this." So they gave it to this person, and it had drug-resistant bacteria, and it killed them.
Oh,
How old were the people?
Let's see. I don't know if it said.
Really?
Yeah,
kinda
I think
weird
they
that-
kind of kept a lot of the patient. This is that doctor-patient confidentiality kind of business.
Yeah, at least an age, so I can, if it was like.
Are you gonna? Is it? If you hear like 88, you're like, okay.
Yeah, they don't even have
Yeah,
the
yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
The reason why.
Oh.
They,
or if like it was like a kid, like an 8-year-old.
I believe it was an adult, but I didn't see anything about like an age.
I would think age matters.
Oh.
Like when it comes to like getting something out of another person's body and putting it in, transplanting. Right?
Maybe.
I would
Or
agree.
it's like-
Well,
would
like I
agree
said,
with
it's
that.
all very willy nilly. They just kind of take the poop out.
The fact that there's a willy nilly thing involving poop and putting it from one person, like I don't know.
Yeah, man, I'm
I
out.
feel like there's a standard. Maybe I mean, I don't know anything about the medical field, but the idea of like two doctors hanging out and being like, "So how do you do it?" Like, "Oh no, shit, you do it that way, huh?"
No shit.
I'm like, kind of feel like there should be one way to do it, but for all I know, they're like, "Yeah, idiot." Like,
But the
we're
problem-
mechanics. We just do our own thing.
The problem that they're running into here is that what they should have done is tested the stool before they transferred it, but it had extended spectrum beta lactamase,
Oh man, I've fucking overrun with that stuff.
and
Wouldn't you
it
think
produced
they would-
E. coli.
Wouldn't you think they would test the poop?
Well, that's
Test-
the thing. Like they've just been kind of like just taking it out and transferring it. They haven't
But
been
doesn't
like
that seem like
checking
a
it.
basic thing as
Well,
like a
they're-
doctor?
Yes.
Their reasoning is that this person's healthy. It'll be fine if I put it in this other person.
Man,
Even his dog. That dude
I really
is
hope
fake.
you're not doing them service by saying that, because that sounds...
Yeah, that's like 1700 style of doctor.
It's like, how do you get that far into the medical field? And it's like, dude, I know how to do surgery on people. You're like, hey, did you test that poop? What? Oh, yeah, shit, you're right. Sorry, yeah. It's like, dude, you know how to, like, do surgery and cut people open and put them back together, but you never thought to...
No
But yeah, it says, while the FDA offers guidance on the procedure, there is not a standardized protocol for what infectious agents, donors, and their stool should be tested for.
I also think the FDA probably doesn't really know what they're talking about in this situation. Could be me. I don't know. I mean, this is like a government organization. It's like, hey, doctors, this is how you do it. Like, oh, really? Do you go to medical school? No.
Yeah.
But I don't even think they...
Is this the same FDA that regulates fentanyl?
But I don't even think that some of these doctors completely know why it works. They just know it works.
I guess it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something weird about this.
I hope we get a doctor listener that's just like, Smiley is the dumbest person on the internet.
I mean, that's what I got. I looked over it over the weekend, and that's what it's more or less saying. It says treatment involves obtaining stool from a healthy donor and transplanting a processed version of that stool into the patient. The collection of bacteria found in the healthy stool, called microbiota, repopulate the colon of the patient and essentially crowd out the infectious bacteria.
It's crazy. They use one bacteria to fight the other bacteria.
Uh-huh. But it's weird. You eat like a poop pill in some cases, I think.
Yeah.
What does that mean, a poop pill?
Like
Like a horse pill?
They put the poop in like a gel cap and you swallow it.
Yeah, imagine that. You just gotta like get it wet and roll it around in sugar, and then we can talk.
I'm just picturing it dissolving
And
in the
just
belly and like,
yeah, getting all weird.
poop, man. This doesn't sound American.
Yeah, it sounds like online with like transferring shark DNA to help me heal quicker.
Fuck yeah, I'll do that one.
Are they still doing the whole sharks cure cancer thing?
I don't know.
Man, one day they're going to figure this all out. Everything's going to all click. It's like, dude, it turns out if we put the shark skin with the poop, yeah, they're just piecing it together.
Make a superhuman.
It does also say that this person, two of these people had weakened immune systems. And, yeah, when they received the fecal matter transfer from the same donor, they developed serious infections. Yeah. And only one of them died.
Man, this still sucks. Like, I don't know. You don't want to be known as, like, got bad poop, man.
Yeah, you're
got bad
a
poop.
person with bad poop.
Well, wait.
No toilet. Every toilet's just not gonna accept your poop.
So, the one person died, not both of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if the other person, I would assume if they had a weakened immune system, they probably got sick, but because people get E. coli poisoning all the time, but all it takes is one asshole not washing his hands.
Asshole. You see that? Another poop.
You made
joke.
so many shit puns. I was like,
I don't know.
Just
Did I
count.
mean? Did I mean?
no,
to?
you didn't.
Oh.
I even acknowledged a couple of them. You just ran right through it.
Oh,
I was
sorry.
like, damn, man. You got some gold cooking up over here.
It's just, yeah, I think when it comes to poop and assholes, it's just everything you say is going to be, just like the dick pic thing, I feel like everything now, all I'm thinking is, I mean, right now, all I'm seeing is that really hot girl in the yellow top in that article on
Falling for the clickbait.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah. Is that, I'm turgid right now. I'd really like to send her a picture.
It's all about solar. That's what that thing's for. She's leaning on solar panels.
Oh, that's a good way to sell solar panels. I'll give him that.
I like boobs and solar panels.
Solar panels. All right. You going to send us out, Cole?
I am. My wife laughed when I said I still had the body of an 18-year-old. Until she checked the freezer.
Oh, man.
Because I had a dead body of an 18-year-old in there.
Yeah, R.I.P. that person.
All right. Peace be with you. Thank you for listening.
I almost told that UB40 joke.